A spinner is divided into 8 equal sections as shown below. What is the theoretical probability that the arrow will not land on a section labeled E or O? So we want the spinner to land on a section that is not labeled E or O. So the first thing we need to do is to go into our spinner and get rid of every section that has an E or an O. We do not want the spinner to land in one of those sections. We know already that we had 8 total sections, so we're looking for how many sections are remaining out of the 8 sections now that we have eliminated 3 of them. You can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections remaining. So the probability that we will not land on a section labeled E or O is 5 out of 8. Now this is a grid-in problem, and there are 2 ways to grid this in. Probably the easiest way is to take your calculator and divide 5 by 8, which is equal to 0.625. Then go over to your grid and you're going to write in 0.625. You're going to bubble the decimal, the 6, the 2, and the 5. Make sure you bubble them completely. The other way to grid that answer in would be, if we get rid of the bubbles that we had before, you can bubble this in as a fraction, but sometimes students have difficulty with this. But you would write 5, and then you have to include your fraction bar, and then an 8. So you would bubble 5, fraction bar, 8. But I strongly recommend that you change it to a decimal and bubble it as a decimal.